Hi everyone, Liz here, thanks for stopping by. So today I have an extra completion review, a completion of my clock. If you remember, way back in August, September time, I was contacted by One Day Saving, a lovely person called Ermin, and they asked if I'd like some goodies, and I said, oh yes please, and this is one of the items that I chose. I have done the completion review on it, and I did show you. I'll put the links down below. And I did say that I would attempt to make the clock live on a video. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, I've never done this before. And there's going to be some bits that, although I do tend to make mistakes, and I do like to show you things, what not to do on videos. Yeah, I've actually gone ahead and sort of just about completed this one, but I'll show you step by step what I did, so hopefully you will get something out of this. But I am really pleased with it. It's different to what I expected, different how to make to what I expected. Goodness me, it's taken a bit of putting together. Thank goodness for YouTube. Because I did have to look and see how to make the clock mechanism, because I could not get it to work for love nor money. But anyway, I have now got it working. As you can see, the minutes and the hour hands and the little second hand are going round. So from now on, I'm going to be able to tell what the time is while I'm making my videos. Although that ticking sound is getting very loud and it may start getting on my nerves. So hopefully it won't get on your nerves while I'm doing this video. So if you remember, this came as a 35 by 35 square canvas. And you can see there just faintly, let me just show you that in the corner there. Sorry, it's got a little bit crumpled. We have got these like fine blue lines that show you where to cut if you're just going to keep it as like a square clock. A square clock face. But I didn't want it square, I wanted it round. I don't like the white edging. If it had had like the purple or a decoration or something on the edging, I may have kept it as the white edging, but it didn't. So I decided to cut it out. And anybody who's crafty or anybody who's tried cutting out perfect circles, it's not brilliant. All I can suggest you do for big circles and for cutting circles is use the biggest pair of scissors you've got. And just keep an eye on where you're actually cutting to. Look forward, because otherwise you end up going offline. And once you start, then that bit's not quite round, then you start cutting a bit and cutting a bit and cutting a bit, and your design gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So you're better off just going with it and trying. I didn't do too bad. I think you can see I have got a little bit of the purple edge. I mean, obviously I was lucky because on a lot of it I have got my little gems, my little pearls all the way around the edge of the moon. So I did have some sort of a guide to go on. I think I mentioned before as well that I decided I was going to, oops, let's just pop that out of the way. Now we don't need that. That I was going to put it onto a piece of foam board. So this is an A3 piece that, oh, sorry about the glare, that I've just cut the edge down. And then what I did, I put the circle onto the square. I'd cut it so that it was as near to the edges as possible. And then I actually used a marker pen. I mean, you could use a scoring tool or any of those items. Oh, I've lost one of my edges. Story of my life. Yeah, and then this was the hardest thing to cut out, because foam board, it's sort of pieces of plasticky stuff with like a foamy middle, and it's not very forgiving. So when you're cutting, I'll show you the back of this, you tend not to get brilliant edges. If you can see here, it is very, very difficult because the grain of it goes one way, and quite often you're cutting against the grain. So I've got it as near as I can. I did think, well, it's going to be on the wall, so you're not really going to see it. The reason that I've put the foam board on is because this canvas isn't strong enough to support this clock mechanism. So what I've done, and remember to get, this is mistake number 1 that I made that hopefully you won't make. There was a little hole in the middle, I cut that out, and then I cut my foam board, pushed through my foam board, and I cut out my little shape to put my battery pack. It's not brilliantly neat, but I think you can see there, or you can see better there, look. Focus, focus, focus. No, sorry, it's the glare. I've had to put the lights on today because it is very, very dark today. We're getting a lot of rain. So I've had to cut out around this. Mistake number 1, I then went ahead and used my mounting spray on the back of my canvas, put it onto the foam board, and then realised I'd put it the wrong way around for the clock mechanism. So my clock would have been sort of like at the wrong angle. As you can see, look, the hands are moving round. It is working, this clock, so I'm quite pleased with this. Yeah, so that was mistake number 1. Make sure when you're putting your canvas onto your mount board that it's the right way up, so that when you put your clock battery mechanism in the back, it faces the right way, so that your hands are going to be facing the right way for your clock to work correctly. Okay, it's just one AA battery. That was a struggle to get that in as well. That little compartment was very, very tight to put that in, but it has worked, and as you can see, the clock is working. This isn't the neatest that I've done, and I think because I've got such a raggy edge, I still need to stick it a little bit more as well, because obviously I had to then lift it up and try and stick it back down again because I'd put it the wrong way up. Yeah, I think I'm going to get, say, just a length of black ribbon or maybe purple ribbon just to edge it, just so that when it's on the wall it's not quite so raggy. The back doesn't matter because you're not really going to see the back, but I don't like the edges. I think when you've seen me do my wreaths before, I tend to colour the edges because I just don't like white edges, and these are particularly messy. Okay, now then, the next part was putting the clock mechanism on, and I had a box of bits. For some reason they send you 2 lots, so you had a set of hands, and then 3 of the little brass just washers, 1 little bolt, and then these little plastic things, which I have dropped one on the floor somewhere, and at the moment I can't find it, so I will have to go and find that. So it was nice getting 2 sets of hands, and I did think, oh right, great, black hands, I want black hands on it. The hands have been punched the wrong way around, and this is where I just couldn't work out what was going on. Let me just see if I can show you. Just bend that up. Okay, that's pretty good. I think that's probably about as good as we're going to get that. So what you have to do is put the brass washer on the base, and because I've got a piece of foam board as well, I've actually then put one on the other side of the foam board. I've used the 3 washers. I've put one either side of the foam board, and then one in between the canvas and everything as well. Then your little bolt goes down as far as it will go to fasten your mechanism to your canvas. As I say, if I hadn't have put the foam board on, this canvas would not have held the clock. It does need something a bit stronger. You could use, if you've got somebody that can cut you a piece of MDF, or cut you a piece of plyboard or something, brilliant. Or even a really thick piece of cardboard, corrugated cardboard even. Let's see if I can just get that. Oh, that's maybe a better. Now I'm trying to get so you can see the clock mechanism a bit. You then put your hour hand on, and you push it right down. Well, I had the hour hand, and I was pushing and pushing, and there was no way that that was going to go on there. And then I've tried it all different ways. I then looked again at the hands, and I don't know if it's going to focus in. Oh yes, it will. you can see there, look, there is a little lip just on this side of this hand. Oops, nope, it's not going to focus. Let's just move that out of the way, see if we can get it to focus again. Yeah, you can just see there, look, there is a lip there, and that is because the hands go that way. So when you push them down, it goes down that way, and then when you put the next one on, it then goes that way on top. Oh, look, that one's blue on the back. It's a good job I didn't use those. As I said, I would have preferred to use the black, but there was no way, because of this ridge on this side, which I can't see any way that I can push that through the other way, that was going to push down. Maybe it would have looked all right with the blue one. No, the blue wouldn't have stood up. The silver will do. I can maybe use a pro marker or something just to colour them in black anyway. But yeah, so you have to put them with that bit at the top. And then there's the little spacer that goes on. Yeah, so you put that one on. You then put the little plastic spacer, which I don't think you're going to be able to see. There is just one little... Let me just tip this. Oh, sorry, all you can probably hear is ticking clock. And there's the little plastic spacer that goes in between. You then put that on top of the plastic spacer, and then that then connects them all together and into the clock mechanism, so that like the connection is made between all of them to be able to move them round. But that took quite a bit of figuring out. If you do want to know any more, or if you've got any more questions, just pop them in the comments down below, and I will try and answer them. But yeah, I would definitely do another one, and I know what I'm doing now, and I would find it a lot easier. I am disappointed that the hands are silver and not black, but then I suppose that does give me sort of an opportunity to colour the hands in. What I will probably do is use a pro marker on the spare one and just see how well the colour takes, and then I can decide whether I want to colour these hands in or not. Hi, just a quick little inset into the video just to let you know, I have used the violet metallic marker, which is one of the pro markers from Letraset. These are the metallic, the alcohol ink markers that I use all the time, and I have used it on the silver hand, the spare one that I had, and it has covered quite nicely. So I think I am going to go ahead and colour the clock in and see how that looks. But I'm going to see how this lasts first, because sometimes once it dries it doesn't give quite as good a coverage on some things. I'm hoping it will on this, but yeah, I thought I'd just show you what I've used and how it's covered the little hand. Okay, back to the video. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think that's a nice project, and it will look nice hung on my wall. Quite tiddly. As I say, it's all a learning curve. It's something... Oh, you can see, look how creased that is as well. I need to take this off, I think, and give it a really good stretch and a pull and do that. But yeah, it's, as I say, been a huge learning curve doing this one. It's something I've not done before, but I am pleased that I've done it. I've had a go, and it will be in my craft room. So yeah, as I say, I used to have a Scotty dog clock, but it fell off the wall and broke. Oh, but I mean, maybe I could have bought a new clock for it now, because I know how they work. Thank you ever so much to Ermin from One Day Saving for sending me this. I am really pleased with it. As I say, possibly putting some instructions in with the clock would help. Just a little leaflet or a web link or something, just to show you how it is supposed to go, because you are just sort of like left with, here's a clock. But yeah, I love it. I love the colours. I love the sparkle on it, and yeah, it's a useful item. You know, we do a lot of pictures, and sometimes you think, oh, you know, I've got enough pictures, and now I've got a clock. Okay, well, just a quick little video, just a little update to show you, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing this. If you have, I'd love a thumbs up. It just gives me a little bit of a boost with YouTube. That's just the little like button, the thumbs up button down there. And if you want to come back and see more and see what I get up to next, if you press that subscribe button and the little bell next to it, it'll notify you when my next videos come out. So with that, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.